little more stress on our knees, a little less stress on our backs. Back squats generally are going to put a little more stress on your back, a little less stress on your knee. So let's go back squat position. Okay, let's go forward. There, and let's actually go from the side. That's generally what I'll take it. So go down into your squat there. So we can see weight sits right over his foot right here. Knees to track forward, so go ahead, stand back up. Go again, more of a butt back position, even if your t-shirts point down just a little more. Right there. So what do we see? Bar goes perfectly straight in line with the bottom of his foot. His knees don't go over his toes. His knees get driven out. His spine's at a good angle. Let's go front squat. That's going to look a little different. So go ahead down into front squat. Stand back up. Let's go toes, a little wider stance. Toes in just a little more. Arms up and go into a front squat there. That's going to look a little different, where you can see you get driven forward from the weight. So this is going to go forward. So when in a front squat, your knees are generally going to go more forward. It's really hard to drive hips back, because the more we drive our hips back, our elbows come down. Then we get yelled at by all the coaches to keep our elbows up, when we just need to bring our knees forward just a little more versus that drive back position, which is good. We teach that in the back squat all the time. Front squat's just a little different. The angles aren't quite there. It's really hard to keep here. We need to be more here to keep that right position. We already went over overhead squat, so that's good. Let's have you lay on the ground. So there's our stability component. I want to talk a lot about getting a stable spine, where a spine should be, where a neck should be. Next, two big things for mobility. Obviously, you're not going to listen to me come here without talking about moving around a little better. Let's lay all the way on your back. So everyone else can try this as well. Back flat against the ground. So with our back flat here, we'll bring one knee up here. And I'll look at the angle of his back versus his leg right here. So let me show them the other side. Camera may be able to see a little bit. Perfect. So our back is flat, back is stable. We bring knee up. That's just how far his hip can flex right there. So that's generally his ideal squat depth, to go deep into a squat with a fairly heavy load. Doesn't mean he can never go down there, but I would say that's as far as he can go. Some of the more females in the room, they're going to be more up here, and the farther I push him there, one, his hip pinches, and two, his back starts to round. That's what we talked about with the butt wing earlier. Generally, how people's hips move is what affects that, which we can change that. Some band work, some stretching can help that. So here with Josh, I would say, okay, yeah, he can definitely get to parallel, no problem, and even a little past. So there's one just self-assessment everyone can do on their own to say, okay, how deep should I be squatting? Me, I'll show you mine versus yours, Josh. If I come here, I can get to about here, and that's all as far as mine goes, before my back just starts to round here. So that's as far as I can go. That's why I don't squat super deep with a lot of heavy weight. Second one, I'll look at ankle. So come on over here. About one fist, I'll put one fist away. That's where his toe will go. He'll keep his kneecap straight, driving over your second toe here. Good, that's not bad. You know you need to squat down. So you can just come here and see, can you come here? And he can fairly easily. See if you can go back. Bring your toe back a little farther, right there. See if you can get it from there. That's the second biggest thing of how far down you can squat, is most people's ankles can't move like that. Whether we wear high shoes, we sit all day at the desk, we get here, and it just doesn't want to move forward and out. So if there's a mobility thing to do, it's working on our ankles, coming here, one leg in the back. So go down, which I think you need just a little bit. So let's bring this one back. Switch leg position. There you go. This leg straight. Bring knee forward. You bring the other leg in front. So if you're to stretch your calf here. And you can see him, he wants to dip down into his flat arch. Keep it here, and I'll drive your knee out. There. That would be one thing that looks just like your squat, of flexing our ankle here and bringing it out, just like we want to do in our squat, right here. I won't go through a list of a whole bunch of other mobility things. What other questions you guys have, mobility-wise, about the squat? Not a lot. That's all I had for mobility-wise. Neil.
From a mobility perspective, then, what are the keys to improve it then? So you're saying that your ankle mobility,
Yes.
what should you do? What stretches should you do to try to improve
Good
your
question.
ankle mobility?
Neil's question, what should you do to increase your mobility then? I will say doing exactly some of our warm-ups. So our warm-up, making sure our warm-up looks like our squat. And the biggest thing I see, everyone that I've seen in the clinic for back pain, knee pain, whatever, that warm-up of coming here, and then rather than just ending here, making sure we're driving our knee out, getting into a deep squat, and actually getting here before we go on to the next one. So that same dynamic warm-up we're already doing here, making sure we're actually paying attention of, okay, it's squat day, I better actually focus on this because this is exactly what I'm going to need to do when we squat. If you need a little more accessory work, sure, we can grab a band, we can put it on our rig, we can stretch out here of just getting into a squat, have a band around, distract you out. You can lay on your back, bring your knee to your chest. If it's your ankle, throw one ankle behind you, work a couple minutes of here and out. You can throw a band on if you'd like, or here and out, my ankle that doesn't move. Those would be, from a squat perspective, just two easy things to do. To say, okay, my squat, my hip doesn't move, my ankle doesn't move. Those are two low-hanging fruit, easiest ones to go. Foot arch? Yeah. Yes. I don't know how close Neil can see of my foot. Take this gray sock off. So, one thing Cass sees, which I see as well, is when we are squatting. So we'll look at my foot. So foot, we want to be straight. That arch right in the middle, we want to keep it fairly neutral. Doesn't have to be super high. We don't want it caved in down here. So what Josh was doing before when I was criticizing him is he will turn foot out a little bit, squat forward, arch down right here. Puts a little more stress on the front of the ankle, a little more stress on the bottom of the foot. So when we are stretching, when we are mobilizing, we want to be that foot in a neutral position here, and forward and out and in, versus just letting it cave down aimlessly here. Of, okay, we're squatting, here's my squat. Way different to say, okay, here's my squat, my foot's neutral, and I'm right there. So there's the big difference of here squatting, and here being in the squat. Part of it is the foot turning out. The farther your foot turns out, the more the arch wants to go down. That's another reason we want to keep our foot fairly straight here and go down. Any other questions? No questions? I think that's good for tonight. Let me know if you have any more squat questions as we go into our next session.